All right, so I always have to explain how we do the celebrity deaths. We always do the week prior to the day we record. We are currently recording on June 17th. So we are doing the celebrity deaths from the week of June 11th to June 17th. And I didn't see anybody too notable from today. So it's really going to be from June 11th to June 16th. If you died today on June 17th and I just called you not too notable, please don't haunt my dreams.
And it's 9 p.m. So if it's after 9 p.m., it doesn't count.
That's right. You
It
just
doesn't
have to
count.
die. You have to die earlier if you want to make our publication. That's just the way it is. All right. Get on that
Yep.
shit. I'm just saying, get on that shit. Anyway, June 11th, Howard Fineman or Fineman. I'm not sure how he pronounced it, and I can't exactly ask him now. He passed away on June 11th at the age of 75. He was an American journalist and TV commentator. He died of pancreatic cancer.
I hate that. I don't know who that is, by the way.
Yeah, it sucks that I didn't have a chance to ask him how to pronounce his name so we could be more accurate.
Just say Fineman because it sounds more exotic. Sounds more
Yeah.
like Swedish.
Well, you know what? Let's just say Fineman and we'll add the third at the end. And I mean, that increases the notoriety, right? So Howard Fineman III has passed away.
The third.
That's right. June 11th. So what happens with this is Wikipedia tries to update their celebrity deaths as it comes in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I originally went through June 11th and the people who passed away that day, this person was not listed yet. So I'm assuming that the way it works is sometimes it takes a while for them to get there. I'm glad I went back because this is an interesting one. The American rapper Enchanting passed away at the age of 26 on June 11th with complications from an overdose.
I hate that so much. That's barely older than I. So
Yeah.
I can.
I mean, there is absolutely very few things on the planet worse than a complicated overdose. I just want a simple one. You know what I mean? Like, just straightforward. Like, they start making this shit complicated and
Come
then
on. In and out. That's what we're talking about here. None of the other BS.
that also occurred on June 11th. Also on June 11th, the oldest person to make our celebrity death list passed away. Her name was Ruth Stiles Gannett. She was an American author who wrote her biggest title was My Father's Dragon. She passed away at the age of 100.
Yeah. Man, I'm okay. That's a long ass time. I don't know if I want to be around that long. But I mean, that's quite the accomplishment.
So, guys, if you're watching on Twitch, you can absolutely put questions in the chat. We will answer live questions if you have them. Just understand that it might be a few minutes before I can check them out. Josh Pepper says, "Nice. I've been growing out my undercut for almost a year now as well."
Yeah.
And Fubar has all kinds of hype for the live broadcast. And Kumi says, "Can we do a live question for Kadie?" The answer is yes. We will absolutely ask Kadie a question
Hit
if you
it.
have one.
Hit it.
Absolutely. No, we're still on June 11th. Guys, June 11th was a horrible day for notable
Oh,
people. It was awful. I was so happy when that day was over.
holy crap.
These people were not happy that day was over, but I was. But also on June 11th, Mark James, and this is a notable one for me as a songwriting nerd. And this did not make Wikipedia, by the way. Shame on you, Wikipedia.
Shame.
But Mark James, at the age of 83, died, we think on June 8th, because that's the day the death was announced, but it could have been anywhere before that as well. But he wrote such songs like Suspicious Minds for Elvis and Always on My Mind for Willie Nelson. He wrote a bunch of tunes for like Bonnie Raitt and a bunch of other folks. But anyway, he passed away on June 11th. Also on June 11th, a very popular and notable French singer named Francoise Hardy passed away at the age of 80. She also passed away from cancer. Did you know that's pronounced Francois?
I was waiting for you to say it.
Yeah, because Kadie Kadie was going to be like Francoise.
I was gonna say Francoise.
No, that's actually a sauce in Uganda, but we'll move on. June 11th, also. We're still on June 11th. Guys, there's nothing better than Ugandan Francoise sauce. Whatever she said. Gaps Hendrickson, and I'm praying to God that was a nickname, because if you have the first name of Gaps,
I'm sorry.
Gaps, he died at the age of 73, sadly also of cancer. And he was a British musician and the vocalist for a band called The Selector. Yeah. Anyway, we're still on June 11th. June 11th, American musician from the band Phoenix TV also died of cancer, Mr. Adam Lewis, at the young age of 45. I do not like seeing names on this list that passed away at younger than me. I don't like that.
Awful, and all of it's effing cancer.
Can we talk about the fact that we've never had a simple overdose on this list? It's always a complicated one. I mean...
Man.
All right, June 11th. Last one. We're finally there. Y'all can take a breath. June 11th is almost over. Oh, Tony Lo Bianco. Golly. I should have been bilingual in a different life. Did you hear that pronunciation?
That's pretty smooth, my dude.
All right, we're going to say it piece by piece here. Tony Lo Bianco.
Bianco.
That means Tony the White, by the way, if you're in Italy. I don't know why they named themselves this. Anyway, he was 87. He was an American actor, best known for The French Connection, which was a movie, I suppose. And he also died of cancer. So I don't know why June 11th is not National Cancer Day. Now, we talked about that shit last week, and I didn't hear National Cancer Day for June 11th. So cancer needs to calm the hell down.
For real. Absolutely.
Let me see here.
We're done with June 11th.
I just wanted to know what size Kadie's gauges are. She can answer whenever.
Oh, I'm at a 1/2 inch. So, 12 millimeters, my dude. 1-2.
So Coolme has 16 millimeter gauges.
Okay, so with that, so 9/16 is 14 millimeters. I don't remember what.
Okay, look,
necessary.
Math is not on the format for this week, so could we stop that shit right now, please?
I know damn well he's doing the same shit.
Fubar MP has stated that it's a complicated overdose because no one knows why they overdosed. And he's a sheriff's deputy, so he would know. He's an expert. I have brought in an expert.
My guess was like maybe it's like a concoction of things.
I don't know.
That was my guess, but that makes sense.
My guess is if the man knew that it was going to be so complicated, he probably wouldn't have done it. Just saying.
I mean, yeah.
I don't think that's actually how drugs work, but who knows? Anyway, we finally get to June 12th, and unfortunately, the biggest name on this list passed away on June 12th. And that is the man known as Jerry West, who was a Hall of Fame basketball player, coach, and executive. And he was 86 years old. And Kadie, I'm going to tell you, the thing that Jerry West, other than being famous for being a basketball player, he's actually the muse for the NBA logo. So,
I think you're about to pop out with some BS. Okay, you're being serious.
No, this is serious. The NBA logo, which shows a man dribbling a basketball on it, that was actually taken from a picture of Jerry West.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And we haven't even got to the Did You Know section of the show yet, guys, and you're already learning shit, okay? You should donate. You should donate in the description down below. June 12th also was the worst day for Mr. Mike Downey, who was 72 years old. He was, I almost said he died of American newspaper columnist. Kadie, this is not going well. He did not die of American newspaper columnist. That's what he did.
Yep.
He died of a heart attack because he was like, F you, cancer. Right?
He had a heart attack because he was freaking tired of journalism.
I don't blame him there. To be fair, if he was like I was gonna say Rhodesian columnist, but that's not a country anymore. Okay, so Rhodesia is no longer a country. I don't know why that came in, but if he was a columnist from there, he probably wouldn't have had a heart attack. They ain't shit to report on there except a name change.
I'm not tired of you already.
All right, guys, we're back to another harder pronunciation name. We're going to go all bilingual on your ass again. June 13th, Johnny Canales passed away at the age of 77. He was a Mexican Tejano singer and TV host.
Okay, if it's Mexican Tejano, I would think it's Canales.
Canales.
Johnny Canales.
Okay, well, you're the native Texan, so we're going to go with that. I think that's probably right. So I'll stick to French, you stick to Spanish, and we'll be good to go for future episodes.
Yeah.
God help us if somebody from Asia dies next week. Anyway, so June 13th, I don't want anybody to get excited, okay? Nahim passed away, not Nahim. They're different things. Nahim without the E, Nahim with the E. Nahim is fine. Nahim, not so much. Nahim, who was a Brazilian singer, and that means nationality. It doesn't mean a lot of singers, right? Because when I first saw this, I was like, damn, how much is a Brazilian? Golly, a Brazilian's probably a lot. God, a whole, like, I pictured like this 45-foot long bus just going over a cliff with a bunch of singers on it. I got scared. I started texting all my singer friends, Kadie, are you okay? Stay away from the light. But anyway, Nahim was 71. Brazilian is actually a nationality. It's not how many singers that died. And he or she passed away from a fall. Now, my second thought, after how many singers it was, golly, I bet you they wish they would have passed in the fall. They would have gotten 4 more months alive.
Right? Stop it. What the?
So, Kadie, this is called... All right, so I have a theory. Do you want to hear my theory?
Always.
All right. So I have a theory that when you are a connoisseur of dad jokes, such as I am, there comes a point in time, and there has to be a point in time, where your cup is empty, right? Your cup full of dad jokes just expires, and it is no more. And then there's a certain day of the year where your cup gets refilled. And I believe, personally, that day is Father's Day.
So yesterday.
Yesterday, my cup is f***ing full, y'all. It is full. Anyway, on to the next. June 14th. And this is the one that I really want to get serious about. I'm going to try to be serious here. Jeremy Tepper, at the age of 60. Jeremy was an American radio executive, best known for his Sirius XM show, Outlaw Country. Passed away of a heart attack. This was, I guess, Friday, I think, that he passed away. And I've been seeing this all over my timeline because many of my friends were friends with him or influenced by him. So all week I've been hearing stories about Jeremy and what an incredible guy he was. So I am going to say a little bit more about him as well. Jeremy Tepper was an American musician, journalist, and record industry executive. He was the former frontman of the world-famous Blue Jays, which he founded. He also founded the record label Diesel Only Records in 1990, along with J. Sherman Godfrey and Albert Kayati. Along with Albert, Tepper subsequently became the head honcho of Diesel by himself. He was also the managing editor of the magazine Vending Times prior to 92, and later became the publisher and editor-in-chief of the jukebox industry trade journal called Street Beat. And anybody who's in the music business has heard of Street Beat. I saw Kadie nodding, So, prior to becoming
If I know.
huh?
I said if I know, most people
You're
know.
right. Prior to becoming format manager for Sirius Satellite Radio's Outlaw Country Channel in 2004, he had also worked for Seductive and eMusic.com and had served as the editor of the Journal of Country Music and as a country music critic for Pulse. This is a guy that pulled himself up, literally doing stuff like Kadie and I are doing right now with this show, and made an absolutely impeccable career about it. And he's just very inspirational.
Sounds like a big badass right there.
Yeah, he was a big badass. I wish I could have met him. More so, I wish I could have interviewed him. Golly, that would have been an interesting talk. The next two are interesting to me for different reasons. We're going to move to June 15th. Mike Brumley, who was a Major League Baseball player who also played for my favorite team, the Boston Red Sox, at one point, passed away from a car crash at the age of 61. And I remember Mike Brumley playing for the Red Sox and other teams. And the thing that I remember about Mike Brumley is he was most well known for playing just about every position on the field, which is always interesting. Moving on to June 16th, was tomorrow. Oh my gosh, hello, English. I'm trying to learn Spanish and French here and falling apart with my native language. Which is untrue because America does not have a native language. I bet you didn't know that.
I mean, it sounds pretty accurate.
Anyway, June 16th, Scott Henson, who was a Canadian professional wrestler, passed away at the age of 40. And I hate to say that I literally spent almost an hour yesterday just trying to find the information of how he died. Because I wanted to see if he died in the ring or not. And there is no information about how he died out there as of yet. But typically when a wrestler dies, it's because of drugs. So I hope it's not because of drugs.
Yeah.
But at the age of 40, sounds like that could happen.
Yeah.
Let's check Twitch again. I'm really glad both of you are here. I heard about that shooting incident at the Juneteenth event in Round Rock, Texas. So that is probably something we may talk about next week, Blue Bar. I appreciate you bringing that up. But that did not make the cut this week. It kind of came in a little too late. To be fair, Juneteenth hasn't happened yet. That's the 19th.
That is fair.
Perhaps they shouldn't be having the event yet. I don't know. Last one of the week, June 16th. A comedian and actor best known for Seinfeld. And if you guys look up his name, you've seen this person. Even if you haven't watched Seinfeld. He was 71 years old. His name was Hiram Kasten. And he did have a bit part on Seinfeld and other shows that I can't seem to remember.